Hi everyone, and welcome to a demo of MicroStrategy, Hyperintelligence, and Hypercards. With MicroStrategy Hypercards, we're able to add intelligence to users' everyday lives by providing information wherever they are working and whenever they need it. For example, whether I'm looking at a website or using a third-party web application, or even doing as simple as navigating through email, we're able to provide another layer of information and deliver it to you within less than a second. Ultimately, the goal here is to save you time and effort of finding information, but also provide you a more complete analysis so you can decide the next correct step or action. What I'm starting off with here is a view of a claims agent. I'm looking at the Guidewire app, and I'm looking at specifically Claims Center. Within this page, you will notice that MicroStrategy Hyperintelligence has identified a couple of keywords, and those are underlined using the various card colors that you see. Furthermore, I can now mouse over each one of those keywords to get more information. For example, when I mouse over claim, I get to see all the attributes as they relate to that claim. For example, the car make, model, year. We can also track things like what is the specific claim amount, what is the status of the claim manager. We can also include claim notes, as you can see here at the bottom. Again, the goal is to provide your users with that information with zero click and zero training. However, as a case agent, I might also be interested in the policy that's related to this particular claim. Now, traditionally, I might have to go to another part of Guidewire, open up a few more screens, find the information. However, with Hyperintelligence, we have a policy card. And again, with as simple as mousing over that particular policy, we get to see all the policy details. For example, when that policy was instantiated, what is the inception and effective date. We can also track things like any endorsements and also bring in third-party information. For example, in this case, the status of the policy review. In the SIU, the Special Investigative Unit, that type of information. Also, if I want to look at more details about this particular customer, John Vargas, by mousing over the customer card, we can see John Vargas's contact information, how long he's been a client of ours, what's his premium, his insurance score, but also we can bring in third-party information into the card. For example, how happy is John with us? How likely is it to churn? Again, some great third-party information coupled with my claim and policy information that can be used to determine my next step action as it relates to John. So there is a very, very quick demo of how a call center agent is able to browse through data and make quick decisions, all based using Hypercards and the Hypercard pop-ups. Now, we're not just limited to looking at Hypercards on a web application like Guidewire. You can also surface up the Hypercards on any web site, even when using web mail. In this case, I'm looking at Outlook 365. I'm looking here and seeing an email from one of my peers. I'm being notified that a particular claim / policy is needing my review. Now, with traditional business intelligence, once I get this email, I might have to go run a report, look at a dashboard. With MicroStrategy, we're able to provide you that information around the claim and policy in the context of which application you're working with now, in this case, email. So again, just by mousing over claim number, I get to see all the same information you saw earlier. So here we can see claim details. And if I mouse over the policy, the same policy card can be shown in the context of this email exchange. The final piece I wanted to show you is Hyperintelligence Mobile. So you saw some examples of hyperintelligence being used to power the life of a claims agent, whether they're using Guidewire or email. But what if you're an employee that is actually working on the floor? Let's say you are working in one of the reception centers where you're going to be doing an estimation for some damage to a car. So what I have here is a quick demo where we're using HyperIntelligence. So this is a mobile app that can be deployed on your iOS or Android device. And we are looking at a particular car, scanning the VIN number, and then looking at the claim history for that particular vehicle. So let's go ahead and see that live in action. So here I've just opened up my HyperIntelligence mobile app. I'm walking towards my car. I'm using my camera on the phone to scan the barcode, and you can instantly see here we are now popping up all the details that are related to this VIN number. So the car make, the car model, if that car has an active policy with us. In this case, we can see the policy details. And if I scroll down further, I can also see things like what is the last claim that was logged, what is the last claim date, as well as some other information around the overall claim history of that particular vehicle.